Welcome back to FNN, the Fake News Network, and today we'll be reporting on a current issue rampant in our society: the transition of blacks from indentured servitude to slavery in a special segment, the 10-year challenge. We start our story with the experiences of black and white indentured servants before the slave codes were drawn up. Here's an interview recorded 10 years ago on a plantation in Virginia.
We're over here with two indentured servants. One is European and one who is African. Let's begin with the African. How long is your contract for servitude?
My contract is set at 6 years, so I have just 3 years left to serve.
Okay, how do you feel about indentured servitude?
To be honest, although I dislike the social culture, the rewards for my servitude are very similar to that of a European. I'm given my freedom after a period of time, and then I'm free to do whatever I like, be it landowning or some type of artisan work.
Okay, on to the European. How long is your contract and how much longer do you have to serve?
I signed a contract for 5 years of servitude. I have 2 years left.
Okay, how do you feel about indentured servitude?
My attitude regarding indentured servitude is the same as his. I think it's a very fair system.
Before we start our next interview, here's a short ad from our sponsor.
Are you sick and tired of getting land after your 5-year contract? Well, come join the Bacon Rebellion. We will fight for land that rightfully belongs to you. Forget the Native Americans. You need the land, and we will give you the land if you come join the Bacon Rebellion.
And now we move on to today, after the slave codes were drawn. Kevin is live at the scene to talk to former indentured servants from 10 years ago. Over to you, Kevin.
Yeah, Akira, we have the same two people from the last interview to speak with us now. Let's talk to the African man first. How did you go from indentured servitude to slave, and what are your feelings about the situation?
In my opinion, this is total injustice. The European man next to me committed the exact same crime, but was only punished with longer servitude, only 3 years. Me, on the other hand, I was sentenced to life servitude, effectively making me a slave. And these slave codes don't help either. Before, I was treated at the very least like a human, but now the slave codes made it so slaves are treated differently from other servants or people.
That sounds horrible. Do you have an idea as to why attitudes on race have changed so differently?
Well, in the South, there was a major shift in mindset for where labor should come from. The Bacon Rebellion inspired many to no longer hire indentured servants, as they would have to be rewarded plots of lands at the end of their servitude, which were in short supply. Realizing this, established landowners realized that it would be more cost-effective to hire slaves who would not need any rewards at all and would just work indefinitely until they died.
Okay, now on to the now recently freed European man. What is your opinion on the equality of indentured servitude across races?
I tried to run away and I got 3 years, which I think is a very fair punishment. My African counterpart, on the other hand, got what he deserved. The system is totally fair. People who work hard, such as myself, deserve freedom. Slaves' purpose of living, on the other hand, is to work. So, therefore, I believe the system is completely fair.
Thank you. Now back to Akira.
That concludes our show for tonight. Thank you for listening, and please come back tomorrow.